Years have gone past where developers have shunned the World War II era, more than likely due to the oversaturation of the setting back in its heyday. But here today, we have yet another developer turning back the clock. Welcome to Battalion 1944, a game developed by a British team called Bulkhead Interactive. The title is currently on Kickstarter, where the dev team are trying to raise a sum of £100,000 to help them through development and see the release of the game both on PC and the two consoles, PS4 and Xbox One. Battalion 1944 is being designed to hark back to the days of other popular World War II shooters like the first Medal of Honor and Call of Duty games. In their reveal trailer, many of the developers actually quoted that they wanted to create a game that reminds them of the times that they had when they were kids, spending hundreds of hours in these shooters. Battalion 1944 tries to recapture some of that feeling, but produce it in a more up-to-date way. The game is being developed in Unreal Engine 4, which means hopefully we can expect some awesome graphical pieces, and by the gameplay in the background, does seem to have a very nice art style, and the team seem to have the experience behind them as well. Lots of them have worked with Unreal before, and many of them are ex-AAA developers. So, how will Battalion function as a shooter then? Well, besides the fact that it's World War II, what can you expect? Well, the developers are touting the game as an infantry-centric shooter, focused down in some of the iconic battlegrounds where you'd expect infantry combat to thrive. The map locations are inspired by real-world battles of the Allied campaign, and those are then interspersed with more thought-out and competitive layouts that focus on balance and competition. It's also touted to be a raw, skill-based experience where your skill determines how good you are in the game, and that's determined by your play style, not through overpowered add-ons like gadgets or exosuits from Call of Duty. None of that's in there. It's just going to be down to the core gameplay and how good you are as a player. Beyond that, your unlock system and soldier progression in the game will be handled slightly differently to your standard first-person shooter. Bulkhead have designed a global statistics system called Battle Rank, and as the name of the game might suggest, you can join battalions and fight for your own group inside the multiplayer. The game will be split into seasons, where you must fight in that battalion and attempt to win over all the others. Once the season ends, if you win, you're going to get yourself loads of XP. If you lose, well, you don't get as much, but you do get the option to re-choose your battalion, so you can swap around. You're not always stuck in the same group of people. You'll also be able to compete in regular challenges ranging from full seasonal objectives like capture the most flags this season to some more quick action points like get the most knives in 24 hours. For completing these challenges, you'll be rewarded with experience points again, and you can use those to customize your character. Just to reiterate, the developers have explained and made it very clear that the progression system will only reward players with cosmetic upgrades for you, your weapons, and the soldier in the game. When you gain XP, you'll be rewarded with those visual upgrades for your character, accessories and weapons, but all of them will be inclusive of the art style of the game. For example, you'll be able to engrave your weapons with quotes, your name, or even your own unique message. This way you can still retain a lot of control over how your soldier looks in the game, and it gives you a unique feel, but it still stays within the confines of the setting and offers that authentic World War II experience. So far, and based on the information that the game will be an infantry shooter, this really doesn't come as a surprise. Only a few game modes have been mentioned: Deathmatch, Capture the Flag, and Domination. All of these fit well into a competitive infantry scenario, but the developers have stated more game modes will be coming in the future. They're just in the process of testing them right now. And before I move on, the word competitive. I'm not talking about 5v5 here, I'm just talking about the way that the maps offer a really nice balance for you to be able to have some good gunfights with other players. I'm not talking about 5v5 CSGO plant the bomb. I'm just saying the maps are being designed for you to have really good infantry gunfights on them. Right now, the game is on Kickstarter, trying to raise the funds to enable the developers to spend the time that they need to develop the game properly, go through the various alpha and beta testing stages, and then onto the final release on the 3 separate platforms. At the time of making this video, the Kickstarter has nearly been backed by 50% of its goal. That's £50,000 in its first day, so that's pretty good, and is a really good sign that there are plenty of people out there that do want to play a World War II shooter. I've already backed this project because I want to see it succeed, and if you like the look of what you're seeing here, then I'd highly suggest you do the same. I really do think there are plenty of people out there watching this video right now who've been waiting for a game just like this. It's built on an up-to-date, relevant engine developed by people who know what they're doing, and delivering a setting that people have been asking for in a shooter now for a very long time. If you do want to check out the Kickstarter project, then I've linked it in the description. There's a hell of a lot more information on that page than there is in this video, but I just picked out the most important things and tried to get that across to you guys. There's also a link down in the description to the Battalion website so that you can read up even more about the game if you want to. And finally, there's 2 social media links, one for Twitter and one for Facebook. And if you want to go and follow those, then you can stay up to date with the Kickstarter project and any news that might come out about the game. Thanks very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments, drop me some feels whether you think this game interests you or not. And if you want, there's a like button there too that really does like to be clicked. But until next time, my name is Westy, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.